Hello there, fellow Polytopian. It is the time when I will be making a new video right now, so that's the thing. And today we're going to be doing real-life tribe origins, but this time we're going to be looking at the kickoo as this first episode in, possibly a series, maybe. So, no, we're just going to get on with this video about me comparing the kickoo to a real-life tribe, which I think are very similar, and that they might be the basis of what the kickoo are based on, is basically what I'm saying. So, hello there, it is time to look into real-life tribe origins. This is going to be a weird video, so let's get on with it. So who are these so-called real-life kickoo? Their names are the Sentinelese people. They're the world's most isolated tribe in the world. It doesn't make sense. World's most isolated tribe, I just said world tribe. Okay. P.S. They live in India, an island off the coast technically, but I'm going to prove that the kickoo live there as well, because most people think they live in the Philippines or Oceania, Australasia, whatever you want to call it, somewhere not India. But I'm going to show you that I think this is where they live, and it makes a lot of sense. So, let's look at the kickoo's defining factors. They have their bananas. They have those unique trees. They live in huts, not houses, unlike the other tribes who have houses in their cities. They have their fishing ability. They have the big cat, the one with the orange and spotted one. Yeah, I'll explain that later. Okay, and then they have those odd mountains, those unique ones with lots of different, cuboids. So yeah. So first thing on the list, the bananas. Are they big in India? Well, they are. If we look at this piece of text here from the interweb, we see that it is we read that it is the second most important food crop in India. So now about the trees. The trees are mentioned in-game to be coconut palms. So are there coconut palms in India? Turns out they do have them in India. So that's another thing off our list. So the Sentinelese people, do they live in huts? Well, we don't know much about their culture, because they do try and shoot at everyone flying overhead with their arrows. However, we do know that they live in huts, so that's good. So now about fishing. Fishing is one of the most basic techs on the tech tree, so it makes sense for one of the most isolated tribes in the world to have the simplest tech. The Sentinelese people can actually fish, so that's another piece of evidence pointing to them being able to fish. That it's definitely true, basically. The next thing on our list is their animals. Despite them officially being called Leon, we'll need to find what animal they're closest to compare that to the animals in India. The two most obvious answers would be leopard and jaguar. Which one is it? If we look at this if we look at this chart, it shows us that its coat matches up more to leopard. Well, and its name being Leon, which is kind of like leopard. But, just science and checking the codes, I can't mess up on this, I must get this right. So, it matches up to leopard more, and that's our answer. So, are there leopards in India? Turns out there are, and they even have their own species, being the Indian leopard. So now about their mountains. The real-life equivalent are what's called basalt columns, like the ones in Giant's Causeway. So, yet again, we have to answer. Can you have them in India? Well, you can technically have them anywhere where there's a volcano. You see, basalt columns are formed after lava cools, making geometric shapes. So do they have volcanoes near the Sentinelese Islands, then? Yes, they do, on an adjacent island. This is actually, the most famous volcano in India, which kind of explains, that they would have these. You may be saying, but that's a bit far away, but you do have to account for climate change over thousands of years and there being, rising sea levels. And, it's happened before where volcanoes have spewed lava over there and there's now basalt columns. So, yeah. And also, in real life, that's only a couple kilometers away because the islands aren't that big. You can look them up on, Google Earth or something and you can see that actually how close they are. Well, anyway. This may be a bit shorter of a video than usual, but it's come out a bit more quickly, and I think I've hit the nail on the head here. So, goodbye.